The 8 demon lords of Octagram are overwhelming beings that maintain the balance of Tensura world. But did you know that one of the strongest characters in the series, Leon Cromwell, cannot even become a true demon lord? So what makes him so charismatic and overpowered? Before we talk about Leon Cromwell in detail, let's discuss what differentiates true demon lords from the self-proclaimed ones. You see, true demon lords are those who have undergone the Harvest Festival to become a demon lord. Now some of y'all might wonder, what even is this Harvest Festival? Chill out, folks. Let me explain. The Harvest Festival is basically a phenomenon that takes place when all requirements to become a demon lord have been met by a demon lord seed. Rimuru acquired this seed when he absorbed Geld back in Season 1, which was quite disgusting. The Demon Lord seed transforms into a full-fledged Demon Lord after absorbing 10,000 souls. This commences the transformation process and a true Demon Lord is born. Now that we have discussed what it means to be a true Demon Lord, it's about time we discuss all 8 members of the Octagram, which is a weird name to be honest, from their awe-inspiring abilities to their complex relationships and epic battles. We'll cover everything you need to know. First up, we have the fallen angel Dino. Dino was one of the 7 angels of origin that served under Nava as the chief advisor to Nava and was later tasked with overseeing humanity and reporting everything to Nava. He wandered across the world alongside some other angels of origin, and in his absence, Nava and his wife were murdered by some other nation. This infuriated Dino to the point that he absolutely annihilated the entire nation and even thought about destroying the earth. But he realized that this is quite dumb and he probably shouldn't do something like this. He was so damn overpowered that had to seal his own abilities to prevent anything like that from happening in the future though. Since he had lost his entire purpose of existence, Dino became a fallen angel. His comrades helped him recover and they continued venturing around the world, eventually coming across Milim. Even after knowing that Milim is Nava's daughter, Dino refuses to accept her as his master and decides to watch her from the shadows. During all this time, he kept procrastinating, just like you couch potatoes who are watching this video without subscribing. He also assisted Guy and Ramirez when they stopped Milim from destroying the world and eventually joined the Demon Lord Council. Well, his only purpose was to freeload off Guy's castle. Currently, Dino is residing in Tempest on Guy's orders to keep an eye on Rimuru. Talking about his personality, it is quite obvious that Dino doesn't give a shit about his surroundings and just wants to lie around dead. He might just be the greatest procrastinator this world has seen. Dino is also crazy strong, which makes sense since he's a demon lord. Besides Nava, Dino was recognized as the strongest swordsman and is strong enough to obliterate entire kingdoms. Even he himself fears his powers and had to seal them. Despite this, he got his ass whooped by Zigyn, Rimuru's second strongest servant, and we still don't know the true extent of his abilities. Next up, we have Ramirez, the Queen of Spirits. People tend to underestimate her a lot because of her flat chest and behavior. She is like a child who doesn't know when to shut up, but her abilities are pretty broken. Like, she's so OP, it feels like she's straight out of a hacked game mod. Besides being the queen, Ramirez is also the chosen guide of heroes, and she is supposed to preserve the balance of the entire world. She was also the one who stopped Milim's rampage and returned her to sanity. However, during this entire process, Ramirez accidentally absorbed the evil magic of demons and the magic of dragon. This transformed her into a corrupted elemental, which nerfed her a lot. You guys remember how I mentioned that Ramirez is not actually a true demon lord, right? I guess this explains why. After some time, Leon Cromwell stumbles upon her dungeon, and since Ramirez could only control spirits, her magic had no effect on Leon and she got controlled by him, just like my manipulative ex controlled me.
Fuck that bitch.
Well, she attempts to fight back using a golem, but Leon was way too overpowered for her. This led to Leon using Ramiris for his spirit research, which led to all that Ifrit and Shizu stuff. This makes you believe that Ramirez is pretty damn weak for a demon lord, right? But you are way off guard, my pal. Being the Queen of Spirits, Ramirez has access to all sorts of spirit magic, and she can even control thoughts and emotions of her enemies. And don't even get me started created on her overpowered skill, Small World, that allows her to create a dungeon. Inside this dungeon, Ramirez is basically the god and can create or do anything. This dungeon is so massive that it can fit the entire Tempest inside it. Despite this, Ramirez is quite weak compared to other demon lords because of that corruption event. For her to regain her true potential, Ramirez has to reincarnate into her child form. If something like this ever happens, Ramirez might just become the strongest Tensura character besides Rimuru, of course. Currently, she can only control spirits inside the dungeon, but in her true form, she can control spirits in the outside world as well. But how does that make any difference? Well, Ramirez would be able to control all spirits, including the overpowered spirit of time and space. Pretty damn overpowered, right? It's about time we talk about my personal favorite demon lord, Dagruel the Giant. I just love this guy. He has that intimidating aura, which is pretty damn cool. And if you don't like Dagruel, I'm sorry, pal. We can't be friends. Well, we don't have full information regarding Dagruel's past in the light novel so far, but don't worry, we've gathered some info from the web novel itself, and I'll try my best to explain it here. Back when the gods and deities were being born, a titan named Ashura was also born among them. Ashura represented the fiery of the earth itself and had 3 heads with 6 arms. It had the power to obliterate entire continents. But when he challenged Nava in an attempt to surpass him, he got his ass whooped. Being the loser he was, Ashura started crying like a bitch and wreaked havoc all across the globe. This led to Nava separating Ashura into 3 parts: Dagruel, Fen, and Glassrod. Both Dagruel and Glassrod agreed to serve under Nava, but Fen was stupid enough to rebel. Nava had no option but to seal Fen inside a tower, and Dagruel was appointed to protect this tower. Later on, Dagruel developed a close friendship with Twilight Valentine, father of Luminous Valentine. Things were going quite smoothly until Luminous killed her own father because she had some daddy issues.
Daddy, chill.
And this sparked hatred inside Dagruel for Luminous. Well, Dagruel's past is nothing but full of misery since his territory was used for the legendary battle between Milim and Guy. This crazy battle turned his entire domain into a freaking desert. It's like Dagruel's life got hit with the biggest F in the chat ever. Another interesting thing about Dagruel is that he doesn't possess any ultimate skill and he cannot even use magic. Well, that doesn't mean he is not strong since no magic works against him as well. He is basically like Asta, who can nullify magic. He was also able to nullify one of the strongest skills, Nihilistic Vanish, used by Primordial Purple. Another skill that makes him insanely overpowered is Time Stop. Yes, you heard that right. Dagruel, my man, can literally stop time. In the current light novel arc, Dagruel is up against Luminous and Shion, and using his Time Stop ability, he has killed Shion over 100 times. He's pretty damn overpowered, right? In a world where magic is everything, Dagruel is the only demon lord that cannot use magic. This sounds so freaking cool. Leon Cromwell. I'm pretty sure all of you know about Leon Cromwell. I mean, he is the sole reason behind Shizu's misery and is hated by the fandom for this reason. Even Rimuru wants to take revenge against him. Just like Hinata, Leon is also an outsider, but unlike Rimuru, who had died and got reincarnated, Leon was summoned alongside Chloe in this world. For some reason, Chloe got teleported into the future and Leon has been searching for her ever since. During all this, Leon formed a contract with the Elemental and became the chosen hero. That didn't last long as he decided to become a demon lord and was nicknamed the Platinum Star, which is pretty badass if you ask me. Leon cannot even become a true demon lord because he's a human, but he's still a member of the Octagram, which is surprising. Leon is also the one who spread the method of summoning throughout the world in an attempt to find Chloe, which resulted in unlawful summonings of many children from other worlds. Leon is also the one who had summoned Shizu into this world and thought she is useless just like Sakura.
You're annoying.
But after Ifrit possessed her, his opinion about her changed and he left her in the care of the chosen masked hero. He then shifted his base to El Dorado and currently rules over it. Despite his cold and cruel personality, Leon is quite generous and good with his people. Even Rimuru was shocked after seeing this. It is quite evident that Leon is crazy strong, since he managed to control Ramirez even though she was in her weakened form. Leon has also killed Demon Lord Kazalim and taken over her place. Leon's ultimate skill skill is known as Sūrā, which is a modification of his former ultimate skill, Metatron. The skill allows him to wield Spiritrons to such an extent that he can literally become a god of destruction if he wants. After CL modified Metatron into Sūrā, Leon gained complete access over Spiritrons, which removed the risk of collateral damage. If you want to summon all Tensura simps, just mention Luminous and they'll come running faster than Luffy spotting meat. Luminous Valentine is the true ruler of the Holy Empire of Lubilius and is also the ruler of vampires. Despite her appearance, Luminous is one of the oldest demon lords and is overwhelmingly strong. She was created by Twilight Valentine and eventually killed him using a disintegration spell. All this because she had some daddy issues and wanted freedom. She also seizes control over the vampire forces and another overpowered vampire named Valentine. However, seeing Valentine's cocky behavior, Luminous ends up splitting her into Roy and Louis Valentine. Well, her vampire domain was completely destroyed by Veldora, who probably didn't have any brain cells at that time. After he gets sealed by the hero Cronoa, Luminous establishes another kingdom, Lubilius. However, she didn't want to reveal herself to the outside world, so she used Roy as her demon lord disguise and Louis as the god Valentine. And we all know how this turned out. Luminous is also pretty close to the hero Chloe and Hinata, who keep time leaping back and forth into the future for some reason. This is a pretty complex topic and we can talk about it later. Talking about her abilities, Luminous is pretty broken since she possesses a plethora of skills including light magic, disintegration, resurrection, and even holy magic that basically transforms into a god. Another interesting thing here is that the more people believe in her, the more potent her disintegration gets. Not gonna lie, Luminous is pretty badass. Next up, we have our protagonist, Rimuru Tempest. I guess we don't have to talk much about Rimuru here. All of us know how he got reincarnated into this world and his legendary last words. I still wonder what he was hiding inside that PC. Anyways, unlike Leon and Hinata, Rimuru got reincarnated into this world after dying, and as the story progresses, he gets insanely overpowered. Well, all of this starts when he meets Veldora inside that dungeon. That was the turning point of this entire story. Rimuru's skills and abilities are pretty broken, if I had to say. He has gotten to the level of some of the oldest characters in the series in some years. That must piss them off, I'm pretty sure. I mean, who wants to see a freaking slime getting stronger than them? That's just hilarious. Anyways, Rimuru's ultimate skill, Beelzebuth, is perhaps the most broken skill in the entire series. This skill allows him to consume anything he desires and replicate their abilities. Later on, Beelzebuth combines with Raphael to form Azathoth, which can devour the target's soul, ignoring space and time. Well, I don't want to talk too much about Rimuru here. That would spoil everything for y'all. Next up, we have the ultimate loli, Milim Nava. There is a lot of misinformation about Milim's past, so we'll just clear that up here. Milim Nava is actually the daughter of Veldanava and Lucia. She was also the princess of the kingdom of Nazca, and her life was going rather smoothly until Veldanava and Lucia suddenly passed away. Things got even worse when the super magic kingdom of elves ambushed her because they wanted to take advantage of her. During this, her sibling Gaia sacrificed himself to protect her. This infuriated Milim to the point that she obliterated the entire kingdom and awakened as a true demon lord. The Harvest Festival also brought back her sibling Gaia but got corrupted by Milim's rage. At that point, Gaia had to interfere and stop her. Their battle was so intense that it lasted for 7 days and 7 nights. In the end, Ramirez managed to stop her by sacrificing her purity. Milim realized her mistake and sealed Gaia to make up for everything. Following this, Milim, Ramirez, and Guy formed the Demon Lord Council. That's enough about Milim's past. Let's talk about her abilities and strength. Her battle with Guy is proof that Milim is one of the strongest characters in the series. She has also inherited Star King magic from her father, which makes her an absolute beast. Her ultimate skill, Sataniel, is no joke as well, since it allows her to absorb magicules from the surrounding and make them her own. She is just way too overpowered, and the funny thing is that she'll continue getting stronger since she is basically just 10 years old in Dragon Age.
Fuck, you're attractive.
I'm a minor.
And lastly, we have the red primordial, Guy Crimson. Guy is undoubtedly the strongest demon lord currently in the anime. Well, this has definitely changed in the light novel, but we don't want to spoil y'all. Anyways, Guy Crimson is someone who was born during the dawn of time, even before the creation of heaven and earth. Being the first primordial to be born after the great Holy Spirit of darkness split, Guy ruled over the underworld for quite some time and ordered around the other primordials. However, getting tired of his bullshit, Green and Blue challenged him to a battle and got folded instantly. No primordial stands a chance against him except Noir, the black primordial. It is said that both of them have fought several times, but their battle always results in a draw. Later on, Guy gets summoned to the central world by a human named Jahil to destroy their enemy nation, but being the Chad he is, Guy didn't give a shit about his order and massacred all of them. Following this, he and his servants wander around Earth, where they eventually come across Veldanava, and Guy gets completely cooked by him. However, instead of making him his servant, Veldanava granted him the role of mediator to look after humanity. At this point, Guy gained his unique skill Pride, which later evolved to the ultimate skill Lucifer, which he acquired during his battle against Velzard, who was jealous of him. Remember, Guy is literally going toe-to-toe with the second strongest dragon, and we are talking about thousands of years ago here. Well, Velzard decided to become Guy's side chick and has been living with him since then. At this point in the story, we still don't know the true potential of Guy's powers, and we don't even know what his ultimate skill, Lucifer, does. I mean, that's crazy. Besides his ultimate skill, Guy can resist Magic-Null nullification and can use a plethora of skills, including nuclear magic, fire magic, and even spatial magic. I mean, he is quite busted, I guess. That's it, folks. Let me know in the comments if I have missed anything and which one of these is your favorite character. Till next time.